Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to The Wind Waker. In the last episode, we successfully worked our way through Phantom Ganon's weird labyrinth and obtained the where are they? The light arrows! In this episode, we will then be progressing all the way to the very top of Ganon's tower through the door we opened at the end of last episode. So now we enter a pretty cool area. This is Ganon's Great Stairway. I don't know what's actually called, but that's what I call it. And gives us a nice little chance to show off the light arrows we got last time, because light arrows are awesome. Without fail, without any conditions, they will kill literally any enemy in one. Well, that one, they don't always set on fire, that one just had a torch, so it got dropped. And I mean literally anything, as in Dark Nuts, sometimes a bit of a bitch. Not anymore. You can see why they wait until this late in the game to give you the light arrows, just because they're so outrageously powerful. It's awesome. And yeah, we are right at the end of the game now. It's almost poignant, but it's not as bad, I don't think. Well, not as bad. Not quite the same level of poignance I get with, say, like Star Fox, just because, like, in this game, you're capable of still, like, once you've beaten the, like, at this point, you can still, like, return to the surface, do everything there, whereas on Star Fox, you had, like, there was stuff that, like, you could never return to ever, whereas that's not such a thing in this game. It's worth noting as well, we fought two before, but these two here as well are caped ones, so they're Mighty Dark Nuts. If you haven't got the figure, you can get it now. Once you've killed these two, they won't respawn ever, and you will never encounter another Mighty Dark Nut. This is your last chance. I've got a good photo of them, though, so I'm going to kill them. And let's also kill that one. I love having the light arrows. It's so much fun. So, when you kill both of them, the door opens. And it's a very menacing, pig-looking door. So, well, let's get everything ready first. Just gather a few more final things, and let's proceed in. Do you sleep still? Wait. Don't be so hasty, boy. I can see this girl's dreams. Oceans, 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 oceans. Oceans as far as the eye can see. They are vast seas, none can swim across them, they yield no fish to catch. What did the King of Hyrule say? That the gods sealed Hyrule away? And they left behind the people who would one day awaken Hyrule? How ridiculous. So many pathetic creatures scattered across a handful of islands, drifting on the sea like fallen leaves on a forgotten pool. What can they possibly hope to achieve? Don't you see? All of you. Your gods destroyed you! I've been waiting for you, boy. For one like you. Yes, for the hero. Do not betray my expectations. So, that's a pretty cool scene. This is... Oh, that's not good enough. Oh, this is... Hey, there we go. This is Puppet Ganon. This is a gigantic marionette created by Ganon himself. It is vulnerable to rays of light. Rather than shooting randomly at it, try to deduce when it can be easily targeted, then take advantage of your chance. Yeah, that's a really cool scene though, which I really like. Like, I've said many times how much I like Ganondorf as a villain in this, and like that scene shows it like kind of how eloquent he is. It makes him, in my opinion, more menacing. But yeah, Puppet Ganon. You can see its main attack there is launching its fists at you, but like any puppet, it has strings which can be cut with the boomerang, which is what I'm currently doing. If you look carefully to its kind of hindquarters, you can see there's a blue orb on the end of its tail. That's its weak spot. You've got to hit that with a light arrow. You can do that at any time, but hitting these strings with the boomerang cuts them, makes them stop attacking and move more slowly, and makes it much easier to then eventually hit that thing. When you hit them all, yeah, you can see it kind of falls onto the ground, and then BAM! He goes flying off, and that's one hit scored on the the bugger already. And then he kind of goes back up, his strings rebuild, and we kind of repeat the process. Rinse and repeat. Always repeat. Sometimes the boomerang goes a bit kind of wild, but it always manages to kind of like it's because launching the boomerang at moving targets is weird, but it always manages to find them. Oh yeah, and occasionally he throws bats at you as a distraction, so accidentally I've targeted a couple of them with the boomerang, but oh well, it'll be fine. Yeah, surprise, bitches. As I say, you can shoot, like, try and shoot his tail thing now, but it's a bitch, look how much he moves it. As well, I think shooting him in the face with a light arrow stuns him, but you're better off to kind of do it this way. Oh god. Oh, that's new. Forgot he could do that. Yeah, he kind of does a body slam when he's completely decabled. Oh, completely missed there. There we go. That's 2 hits. Like any decent boss, any self-respecting Zelda boss. 3 hits and he's down. I like the ceiling in this room as well. Like, it looks like kind of a proper stage ceiling from which you can imagine a puppet being suspended, which kind of makes sense. I like I've said this before, what I really like about the bosses in this game is just how big almost all of them are, and Puppet Ganon is no exception to that rule. He's gigantic. But anyway, that should be that down, and final shot, bam! Nice and straightforward, wasn't it? I love that scene, especially how the music goes minor. Anyway, in this battle, zoom the camera all the way out and you will see its reflection in the water beneath you. Then it drops on you. Make sure when it drops on you, you're next to the blue orb. You can see how this is kind of going. It'll occasionally summon bats like now to try and distract you, but just make sure you keep the camera zoomed out and focus on him at the top. Oh, damn it, I've L-targeted. I have no idea where he is now. There he is. Let's go this way. Also has some of my favourite... Leather keys. Has some of my favourite music in the game, but just this one phase of it, but it's really short. So you never really get to hear it in its full glory, but it's proper, like, Nintendo Circus of Doom music, which I absolutely love. Oh, am I going to kill him just before it even gets to the good part of the music? Oh, I hope not. Oh, he's going to drop on me. Oh, he's going to drop on me! Oh! I'm actually not going to kill him now because I love this bit of the music so much. Anyway, enough of that. Let's finish him off. Doesn't even bother doing the kind of, oh, you defeated the boss, but you didn't quite defeat the boss music. Just goes straight on with the transformation into Snake Mode, which also has some really cool music that you only ever hear briefly. There's something about the trumpets. This sounds like music that could be out of Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. Anyway, he moves around in this form, generally pretty randomly, so there's no real good way to work out how to hit him. The only advice I can give is he always moves in a very straight line, so if his head has been somewhere, then his tail goes in that same place. So you kind of, if you target his head and then just delay the... Oh dear, he can come across that central platform. I'd forgotten you could do that. Kind of aim where his head is, and then release a shot from there. It's very little more than dumb luck in a lot of cases, whether you hit him or not, but like there... Oh no, just fired slightly too soon. And again... Oh, you've just kind of got to, yeah, time it based on where his face is, and just release a few seconds later than you would to hit his face. But yeah, if you hit him, oh, that's another thing. If you hit him in the face, you stun him, but it's not that useful. Like, you stun him, but you gain so little... Yes, did I get him? I think I got him. Yeah, you gain so little advantage from studying him. Stunning him, I honestly wouldn't even recommend it. You'll also notice, weirdly enough... Oh, that was a good shot. There's no hero's... the hero's charm. Even if you have it on in the battle, which I currently do, it doesn't show health. It's just because he doesn't have health. It's always just 3 hits to the orb. Oh, I thought that was going to be a glorious final shot. I think he moves fast. Oh, I think he moves faster after each hit, and obviously there's morphs here to kind of slow you down. Let's kill them. Yes, he's going very fast now. What? How was he behind me? He was in front of me. Anyway, let's whoop. Oh, that would have been glorious for hits. Oh, that was a good shot. And with that, well, you'll see. Yes, surely you are the hero of time reborn. I love that camera shot. Your time has come. Come now, stand before me. And much as I would love to go and challenge him now, unfortunately, as you can see, we have pictographs that we need to kind of deliver, and we need to finish off just a few more things on the overworld, but weirdly enough, this door doesn't open, you can't get out, and you have to do something now, which I really hate, and it's annoying that they still haven't fixed this, but yeah, what you need to do now is basically save, and then when you save, it says return to title screen. Return to the title screen and start again, which is what I'm going to do, see you in a second. So when you do that, you spawn back here, but with all the things like, so if you took a pictograph of him in that battle, you have the pictograph of it. It's annoying they still haven't like provided a way out, which I find slightly irritating. But yeah, in this room, if you go right, no, that's completely the wrong way. That was a lie. What I meant to say is left. I kind of spun around a bit while I was talking to you and got confused. Because you remember, last episode, we made this appear, this portal. So, without further ado, the King of Fright Lions said we could kind of use it to return to the world above. So let's do just that. And indeed, we return to the world in the Forsaken Fortress. Which is really weird, because it's playing its music. It's really weird to hear at light time, because... Light time? Daytime. Because Ganon's not here anymore. Like, he's entirely downstairs, so, like, daytime comes to the Forsaken Fortress. Which is kind of cool. But anyway, we are going to now head... and you know the map well enough. I'm not going to even bother bringing a visualizer up, because we are going to warp, for one final time, to Windfall Island. Now, for what I want to do here, we have to as well use the Song of Passing just quickly to make it nighttime. I'm kind of just showing the songs now just because usually I always cut through these, but hey, final few episodes now, might as well show off some stuff. So at nighttime, the first thing that happens is at nighttime of Windfall, Beedle's shopship appears. And if you remember a while back, probably about 4 episodes ago, we received the complimentary ID. And I just mention, I didn't even mention what it does, so I'm going to show that off now, actually. Then if we go in and show it to Beedle. You want to use your complimentary ID? Okay, here it goes. You are so great, absolutely fantastic, incredible! And there you go. Isn't it nice to be complimented once in a while? It is, isn't it? And it heals you. Nice little kind of side thing there. So let's say as well, for example, okay, we used up some arrows in that last fight, so let's buy some arrows. And upon doing it, he says, oh, you saved up 60 points. You've earned a gold membership. To you, our latest gold member, Beeble's Shopship offers a fabulous gift. It will be arriving in a red postbox near you soon. I hope you'll await it anxiously. And on top of that, most special of gifts, you shall be treated as a VIP in our store. Bye. So that'll be delivered to us relatively soon. Obviously, again, I gathered like accrued points off screen. So you need to have bought 60 things for that. And then you can, but when you buy the 60th thing, it sends it to a postbox, which I'll discuss shortly. But yes, there's one more place we need to go on Windfall Island. We're nearly done above the surface entirely and ready for the kind of showdown with Ganondorf, but not quite. So what we need to do is come into this shop here, which you might remember. So, it's Lenzo. You talk to him, and he says, Doctor, would you care for another one of my legendary pictographs? Today I have prepared a pictograph of the great water spirit, Jabun. If you have any open pictograph slots, I will place the image in your picture box. Let me see it for a moment, will you? Yes, there are a lot of pictographs that you can't get, mostly because it's characters you only ever see in cutscenes. You can buy these pictographs then from Lenzo. There's one each phase of the moon, and so what you do is you come into him, he says what it's going to be, so it's Jabun this time. Show him the pictograph box. He says, I shall place this pictograph in there immediately. But perhaps that would be hasty. This is, after all, a very precious thing. I cannot just give it away for free, can I? What say you, young sir? Will you pay 150 rupees for it? And yeah, the stingy bastard charges you 150 rupees for each one. But we get one of the legendary pictograph books in our deluxe pixo box, which is pretty cool. And I've done the nice courtesy of, I've already got them all off screen. So now I can just kind of go through them quickly. So this one he just gave us. This is Jabun, the water spirit. Jabun can only speak Hylian, so hardly anyone understands a word he says. Then we also have, well, that's one of Puppet Ganon we just took. There is the Great Fairy. Here's an interesting fact. Her birthplace is listed as the Angular Isles. Never elaborated on, it's just there. The 7 Great Fairies who are destined to aid the Great Hero by increasing his powers are hiding in the 7 different reaches of the Great Sea. Not particularly exciting. Ganondorf. Though there is one place I'll talk about later where you can take a photo of Ganondorf and then like save and reset like we did with Puppet Ganon. They still have this one here anyway. His base of operations is Ganon's castle. Effective weapons are light arrows and the Master Sword. The possessor of the Triforce of Power, Ganondorf controls many fell beasts. Then, I have another one. We have the King of Hyrule. The King of Hyrule was unable to protect his kingdom from evil and left its fate up to the gods. The King of Red Lions is merely his disguise. His full name is one that is truly fit for royalty. Daphnis Norhanson Hyrule. And then on top of that, along with the King of Hyrule, we also get, because I mentioned last episode, no, 2 episodes ago, you only ever see her in cutscenes as well, you get Zelda. Princess Zelda is the legitimate heir to the Hyrulean royal family. She is actually the pirate Tetra. That's kind of cool. Then one of the next ones we get is Laruto. Long ago, the Zora sage Laruto offered up her prayers in the Earth Temple so that the Master Sword would continue to house the power to repel evil. Nice and straightforward, and similar to that, there's also Fado. His personality is listed as somewhat saucy. Long ago, the Kokiri sage Fado offered up his prayers in the Wind Temple so that the Master Sword would continue to house the power to repel evil. Straightforward stuff. And then finally, there is the Queen of Fairies. She appears to be but a child, but she is greater and more powerful than the Great Fairies. She will grant Link the power to add fire and ice to his arrows. So we're only now missing 2 more pictographs in the entire game, and one of them, seems appropriate, is... well, at least that's not working apparently. Here we go. Lenzo, the pictographer. His personality is hard to grasp. Lenzo is a famed pictographer known to all. His mysterious personality is quite popular with the ladies in town. A creepy bastard, more like. But yes, it seems only appropriate that he's one of the final ones we get. So, we've got all but one figurine, and the last one is quite special. So, I'll talk about that more in a bit. But for now, we're going to head down to the Forest Haven. So, I've come to the figurine gallery, and when we speak to kind of the figurine man, obviously I've given him all the pictographs off screen, he says, "Welcome, Doctor, your figurine-based request has been fulfilled. I know I always say this, but this is some of the best work I've done in quite a while. Go in that door there to check it out. I was completely overcome with a creative urge after seeing what you gave me. I ended up making lots of figurines, but all that artistic spirit made me a little absent-minded, so I don't even remember exactly which rooms I placed them all in. Why don't you go and have a look inside?" So, we can kind of like have a little look around now, because I've never actually shown off the figurines at all. So they're kind of sorted by room. So first we have the Forest Haven room, which kind of has all of these things. So there's kind of mostly Koroks, Deku Tree, Karlov himself, kind of all of those. Then if we hop over to the Dragon Roost Island room, then in here we can kind of see the various Dragon Roost things. It's mostly Ritos, but then there's Laruto, there's the Chieftain. There's Valu looking kind of really cool. I think the figurines look really cool in the HD version because they're like proper models with lighting and everything. If we head over next to the dungeon room, then we can see like all of the enemies in the game, which I think the bubbles look especially cool. If you just press A on like any figurine, you can like zoom in and out around it. And if you press A, then it reads out the thing that I've been reading out whenever I kind of do them. Let's head over to the Forsaken Fortress room. And we can kind of see all these things. One of the things I love is, especially with the gold Dark Nut, how shiny its armor looks. Oh, that is some nice modeling right there. Mighty Dark Nuts, all the bosses, Ganondorf himself looking angry. I love how Puppet Ganon's like actually like attached to the ceiling, so that's really cool. It's a shame there's no way of like, no figurine that can show Puppet Ganon's like other forms. It's only the puppet mode rather than the snake and spider mode. It'd be cool if they were combined in one, but hey. If we then head over to the Outset Island room, then we see kind of everyone here. It's really weird in this one seeing Jabun's tail, because you never actually see that in-game. You only see like him from the waist up, so that's kind of cool. You can see Nairu's pearl glowing on the top there. Everyone here, including the big fat pigs. Weird that this one contains a big pig, whereas the pig that goes big is always the black pig. So like you never actually see a big pink pig in-game. So I thought that's exciting stuff, worth talking about. Next room along is the Windfall Island room, which contains probably the most figurines. It has literally everyone on Windfall Island in it, which looks pretty cool. And then the final one is the Great Sea room, which just contains the kind of general miscellaneous like figurines from around like the place. But then there's one figurine here that we didn't take a picture for, And indeed, if you look at the visualizer now, you'll see there's one figurine, like, left on there. And indeed, this is the Doctor and the King of Red Lions. His birthday was outside Thailand. His favourite hand was left. I'm not left-handed, but Link always is in these games. The hero of wind, Doctor, uses the Wind Waker to control the wind and sail the seas on his mysterious boat, which is actually the King of Hyrule. Surprisingly, he seems to have an unnatural interest in figurines and has at last completed his collection. He is now the master of the Nintendo Gallery. And with that, that's now every figurine in the game crossed off. And that's a massive thing. I don't think I've ever actually done that before, so that's awesome to kind of have done that, especially kind of on the first playthrough. There's this myth circulating around like Nintendo fan sites and stuff that you can only do because when you finish the game, when you start the second quest, you have you start with the deluxe Pixo box, and there's always rumours that you can only do it on the second quest when you start with it. But you just have to be clever. It's easier on this one because you have the thing that marks when a photo is good enough. That it means you can kind of reliably do that and you have a lot more space in the Picto box. But it's cool to have done it on the first try. Postbox is bouncing, so when we talk to it, it says, "Good evening! Letters for the Doctor, we have one letter. Here is your letter. This parcel has been sent cash on delivery. Postage due is 10 rupees, will you pay? Yes." And it spits out, "To all gold membership holders, thank you very much for your continued patronage of Beedle Shopships. It has come to my attention that you have earned 60 points. This entitles you to a gold membership in my stores. All gold memberships receive a special gift of one fill-up coupon that fills your stock of items. When you find yourself running low on items, bring this coupon to your nearest Beedle Shopship for an instant fill-up." And he gives us the final item we need in the game, which is the fill-up coupon. It will fill every item you have to the max. Give it to Beedle, but remember, it doesn't cover all of his products. Keep it in your delivery bag for now. And that's it. We've pretty much at this point now 100% of the game. I will just show off. There's usually a Beedle. Where's the King of Red Lions? Where the hell is my boat? Oh, he'll be parked over by the damn figurine gallery, won't he, of course. Yes, the fill-up coupon, as it says, kind of gives you a refill of every item. You only get one, not the most useful thing ever, and I'll be honest, you will very rarely buy stuff from Beedle. To buy 60 things from Beedle takes a lot of effort. Why can't I get on it? Come on, man. Get up. There you go. Takes a lot of effort. Like, I had to buy about 40 highway pairs off screen. I just don't use it that much. Maybe other people do more, but hey, when we give it to him, he says, "Would you like to use your fill-up coupon?" Ready! Instant item fill-up! Be happy. Oh, that's a weird shot. So yeah, that recharges everything. So your bombs, your arrows, and your health and magic. Kind of not so much useful, but interesting at least to show off. And that's everything. We have now got every optional side quest in the game, and so all we have to do now is the final confrontation with Ganondorf. Unfortunately, getting that back there is a bit of a bitch, because essentially you have two options. Warp there to the Tower of the Gods and, like, progress through Hyrule and go, like, that way. Or you can't warp to the Forsaken Fortress there in the top left. This, like, warp point there is Mother and Child Isles. If you warp there, then you end up inside, like, the Fairy Queen thing. So you actually have to warp to Tingle Island. Oh, I hate even being near Tingle Island, but yes. Have to warp to Tingle Island and then sail northeast from there. So it's annoying that once you leave Ganon's Tower, it's always a trek either way to get back to it. But either way, that's exactly what I'm going to do, so I will see you back at Ganon's Tower. So now, back in this room, time for our showdown with the big man himself. When Puppet Ganon died, it left behind this thing. If you start swinging on this, you can get some serious distance on because of like how long it is, but what we actually want to do is hold R to stop, and then climb up it, which I'm going to speed through. Yeah, that's an extremely long rope. But yes, now we're up in the kind of like theatre-y workings at the top, and if we bring up the grappling hook, you'll see there is, where is it? There is a grappling hook point. You have to get a bit closer to... Oh, God, I'm not climbing that damn rope again. You have to kind of grapple onto it here, and then it's this kind of way they do, instead of using the hook shot like a normal person, they kind of force you to grapple up like this. Ganondorf, as we saw earlier, can apparently fly, so he has no trouble with this kind of crap, but we do. Once again, you'll see it's over there now. There is another grapple point. There's also jars here, which if you kind of want a little bit of healing before the final battle... Not a healing here. But we got the fill-up coupon, so yeah, we don't need that. Maybe it was not entirely useless in the end. And then you kind of like, we grapple up here. Then when you get to the top, there is, to save yourself a bit of trouble for whatever reason in the future, there's a warp jar here, and there's another one down below that kind of these two link to each other, so if you want to make it come back up here quickly. Yeah, because, yeah, in case you fall off now, I guess right at the top. Maybe could be useful, who knows. Either way, what you want to do is basically... grapple up here, There's a grapple point there, but technically this entire thing is a grappleable surface. And once you're up there, head through for the final battle.